Alrighty, connecting to chats now. And we're good to go. All right. Just double checking here. All right. Okay, I think we're good. Awesome. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Wellness Wednesdays. And today with me is Maryam, who I recently met, but we connected so quickly. It was just such quick connection. And I love what she has to offer. We actually met at High Tea event a few months ago, I believe so.
Yeah.
And she did a presentation on mindful eating, which was so interesting because now every time I eat, Maryam, I remember you because I'm eating
I love that.
mindfully and I'm putting things away and I'm actually enjoying the food and the texture and the taste and what have you. So thank you very much for that presentation. It was absolutely mind blowing and very interesting because I mean, yeah, we know about these things. Yeah, we should be, sitting down without any distractions and eating mind. But the way you took us through the whole exercise was so amazing, so interesting. So I'm super excited about today because I know you'll be taking us through a few exercises as well today to de-stress. So I'm going to be at the receiving end, and I'm just going to go through the exercise with you and everybody who's joining us live or watching the replay. Please do these exercises because Maryam is absolutely amazing. So Maryam, take it on. All yours.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Huma, for having me on. It's been such a pleasure getting to know you over the last, I don't even think it's been 2 months,
Yeah,
maybe 2 months.
maybe about.
May, June, yeah, May we met. I think we met in May. And I was so happy. Our mutual friend Iraj had her first high tea event, which was such an epic event. And she invited me to do a mindful eating practice, which was just, oh, it was so beautiful. So a little bit about me. My name is Maryam de Groof. I am a grief educator, an integrative nutrition health coach, and I also do nervous system regulation coaching. And I work with people who are experiencing a lot of grief, stress, trauma, loss in their lives in different capacities. I run retreats, workshops, and I do one-on-one work. And you and I connected over our mutual love for like mind, body, energy healing. It's always nice to meet other women from your own religious background, your own like faith community in spaces where it's often not a space where you meet those kind of like-minded women. So it's been really nice getting to know you and getting to know some of the other women that you bring on to your lives. I've learned so much through watching some of those, and I'm excited to see all the other beautiful ripple effect changing women in on your lives.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So what do you have for us today, Maryam?
Yeah, so I would love to talk to you a little bit about stress and how it shows up in the body, the different things that you can do on a daily basis to support your body to move through those feelings. We label those as nervous system regulation tools. So a little bit about the nervous system first. So our nervous system is made up of a few different parts. So you have the somatic nervous system, which it's a system that helps you do things like kick a ball, raise your hand, stand up, feel raindrops on your skin, all of those kinds of things. And then you have the autonomic nervous system. So those are involuntary things like blinking, your heart rate, your pupils dilating, your breath. And then you have the sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for fight and flight, as we know. It detects the threats, so it releases cortisol, which is known as the stress hormone. So we're going to talk a little bit about stress in a moment. I just kind of wanted to set a little bit of the foundation of like why these things are really important to kind of have in your toolkit and to be able to use them on a daily basis to bring your nervous system to a place of, I don't know, calm and grounding are those buzzwords. But yeah, the sympathetic nervous system, it speeds up the heart rate. You know that there's a threat. it releases hormones. Your movements are quicker, your digestion is slowed, you have this perceived sense of strength. And then on the opposite side, you have the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for rest, digest, repair. It helps you to go your body to go back to normal. So when that threat is gone, your pupils constrict, your digestion is also slowed, you have a slower heart rate. And so the sympathetic nervous system is seen to speed things up, and the parasympathetic nervous system slows things down. And you need both of them to kind of be at homeostasis. So just talking a little bit about stress. It's not always a bad thing. It's a normal part of life. We have ups and downs. And there are two different types of stress. So you have eustress, which is seen as the positive or I guess beneficial stress. So things like, I don't know, running for a bus and catching it, or I don't know, handing in a project in time. So you're meeting your deadline. So they're all perceived as like positive stressors, things that are in your control, you're capable of handling, and they're not too taxing on your system. They help to keep you motivated. So running for a bus, you need to catch that bus, so you have enough energy to get onto that bus. Deadline's the same thing. You have a deadline, so there's enough for you to kind of get that done. Then you have distress or chronic stress, which is seen as a negative stress, causes anxiety, concern. It's perceived like outside of your coping mechanism, feels unpleasant in the body, it decreases performance, can lead to things like mental and physical problems, depression, can lead to changes in your hormones.
It's the fear of not being able to control, or fear of change,
Yes.
or fear of what ifs, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And so then the stress response is that, again, like that short-term stress, let's say you see there's a perceived threat, you hear a dog barking or a dog walking towards you, there's dog fear is such a big thing, sends a message to your hypothalamus, which sets off an alarm. Your adrenal glands, which are just above your kidneys, they release hormones, adrenaline and cortisol. So adrenaline spikes your heart rate and your blood pressure, gives you this boost of energy. And then you have cortisol, which is the primary stress hormone, which sends you into fight or flight, increases that blood sugar, gives you that huge burst of energy. So it's enhancing the use of glucose. It increases the availability of substances in your body which help to repair tissues, for example. So that threat happens, these things happen in your body, the dog goes away, or you walk past the dog, and everything is supposed to, in a normal, healthy body, go back to normal.
Right.
When you have this increased stress, so you're financially, there's financial issues, you have problems in your relationships, you don't like your job, there's many things going on in your body, and it's like this excessive use. As I said, with the dog, usually the perceived threat, once the perceived threat is gone, your body goes back to normal, your adrenaline and cortisol goes back to baseline, your heart rate is back to normal. But when that threat is constantly perceived, so like there's this financial burden and it's always there, and you're wondering how you're going to pay your bills, how you're going to provide food, how you're going to pay your mortgage, how you're going to put petrol or gas in the car. Sorry, lots of British things will slip out. And I know you've lived in England too, I think. Oh, you've been in a British system.
Right.
So
Yeah, we have been in a British system, yeah. So I get it.
We had a good talk about that too.
Yes,
So yeah, when when all of these things are there and it activates this, or there's this long-term activation of all these things happening, it disrupts all of your body's processes. So then you can be on the receiving end of things like anxiety, depression, digestive issues, like headaches, heart disease, sleep deprivation, weight gain, memory loss sometimes. Like it's just taxing on all the system. And so many hormonal imbalances come from this, like these stress and factors of like all the hormones not being at the baseline on a daily, regular basis. And so you can't always control what's happening in life or
Mhm.
the stress that is coming, but you can build resilience and build your toolbox with things that can support you moving through these daily stresses. And when you do that, then your body builds up this resilience, this resistance to like everything that's coming at you. And it's not always easy. And there are always going to be times where things are just so stressful that you're not going to remember to, for example, we're going to go through breath work, but to take that breath or to ground. But if you practice them on a daily basis, you can find that when things do show up in your life, you're not reactive to them.
Yeah.
And so for me, that's teaching people or guiding people to use things that they have at their disposal. So somatic exercises, somatic exercises are a series of small movements which kind of engage the mind and the body, and they are used to relieve stress, tension, anxiety, physical pain as well. So somatic exercises, breath work, we have our breath every day. We're breathing every day. If we don't breathe, then we're not here. Um, so breath work, again, these things we're going to walk through, but breath work and then some vagus nerve stimulation. There's a few exercises for that, grounding, and then emotional freedom technique, which is also known as EFT tapping. And so these are all things that you have at your disposal. You don't need to go out and buy specialized equipment. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need someone to show. You need someone to show you how to do it in the beginning, but once you have those, once you practice them on like a daily basis, it just becomes second nature and you don't need anyone to kind of show you how to do that. And so I love those tools where they're at your fingertips, literally,
Yeah. Nothing
because
hours later.
we don't want to have to drive to a gym to kind of like burn off whatever's happening. You want to have some tools where you can just kind of do them while you're waiting for the kettle to boil, or you're, you know, waiting for the dishwasher to finish, or you're about to unload the washing machine. You want something where when you're sitting in traffic and things feel like really stressful, you can just bring yourself back to like the present moment, and just be. And so I want to start off with a series of somatic exercises. So Humar, you're like my guinea pig because no
Go
one
ahead.
else can. Just me and you here.
No
And for
worries.
whoever's watching, if you want to join in, I obviously can't see you, so doesn't matter how silly we look. Some of the things will look a little bit silly, especially the EFT.
Yeah.
And I've done everywhere from like the top of a double-decker bus in London to the train station to like the waiting room in the doctor's office, and people will kind of like look at you and give you a bit of a side eye and think that you're a bit cuckoo. But
That's okay.
as long as you can bring yourself and your body back into like homeostasis and balance, like doesn't matter what anyone else is thinking.
Love that.
So as I mentioned, somatic exercises are a series of small movements. They connect the mind, body, and they calm the nervous system. And so first of all, we're just gonna physically unclench the jaw.
Oh my God. Yeah, I need that. I woke up with a clenched jaw and I was like, oh, I need to stop this. It was
We know
little
all the
things.
signs of stress, the
Yes.
headaches, the jaw ache, the tummy ache, the tightness. And so we're just gonna like just do circular motions. You can even open and close your mouth if you want to. We're gonna physically relax our shoulders. Sometimes we're all the way up here.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna relax the shoulders. We're gonna shake our hands, just up and down. We're going to move our eyes left to right a couple of times.
Okay.
And we're going to place our hands on our hearts, and we're just going to take 3 deep, intentional breaths. Oftentimes, we're breathing from up here, which we're going to talk a little bit about breath work in a minute. But just put your hands on your chest and make sure your shoulders are relaxed. And then in through the So you can either do in through the nose, out through the nose, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the mouth, out through the mouth, whichever's comfortable for you. There's no like rules, but I like to do in through the nose, out through the mouth. And you can physically make an audible sound when you're exhaling. And then we're just going to walk through that one more time, just so that it is imprinted into the system. You just unclench your jaw.
I've noticed we tend to hold most of our tension around the jaw area. Is there a reason for
Yeah.
that? It's just
I think when you're stressed, you tend to clench everything, and this is something that you can physically like
yeah,
clench,
right.
and you don't have to like lift up hands, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just there, right? I think we often do that when we're suppressing what we want to say as well, like
yeah.
um, yeah. So I guess when you're not speaking your truth, there's often times when you're like clenching. There's a lot of like TMJ issues with people who are like highly stressed, highly strung. So just relax your shoulders.
Mhm.
And stress shows up in the body in so many ways. You shake your hands and down, move your eyes left to right. And then we're going to inhale and exhale 3 times. And this is just a really great tool to like do throughout the day. You can do it before you start your day. You can do it in the middle of the day. You can do it before bed. I really love teaching. I have a bombastic 9-year-old. I like to teach her as well. Of often children, there's an emotional immaturity of not really knowing how to manage emotions and feelings, and things can get mixed up. And so for me, I really like to teach her ways to manage those emotions and bring herself back into like the present moment. And so teaching these somatic systems are a really somatic exercises are a really great way.
It is,
So
and it's
yeah.
so
I
simple.
know.
So someone there, just two comments. Someone's just said salam from watching from Africa. So that's amazing. Thank you, alaikum salam. And there's a question on Facebook. Kathy writes, "I clench my jaw in sleep. How is that? Am I stressed while sleeping?"
So I do as well, and I was a teeth grinder. And so yes, a part is stress. There can be other issues as well. I sleep with a night guard now because I was doing a lot of damage to my teeth. I found the more that I work on my nervous system, the less I wake up with like that clenched jaw.
Yeah.
There's a lot of science and studies around like mouth breathing, teeth grinding, clenching your jaw. I would. I have a holistic dentist. Really love her practice. It's very like mind body as well. And so she's based in Toronto. And for her, there's been a lot of with working with her, there's been a lot of energy work in relation to like my dental issues, and I have dental trauma. So I guess the long and the short of it is it could be the more you can kind of work on your nervous system throughout the day, you are likely to see like less of that jaw clenching, teeth clenching, and also more like restorative sleep versus sleeping those like 8 or 9 hours and still waking up tired.
Okay.
It's a work
If
in
we,
progress.
yeah, of course. So if we do this little exercise just before bed, you think it's going to help relax and
I
possibly?
think there's not one thing, right? I think
Yeah,
with
of course.
your mind, there's mind body. And so, yes, this might help. You might need to do like, I don't know, gua sha, for example. There might be more like stress trauma stored within like the jaws and the teeth. Um, So I don't know. I can't say for sure. You'd have to work with someone one on one, maybe check out whether you have like physical dental issues, which is causing you to kind of like clench. But I do for sure feel like whenever I do that massage and whenever I gua sha, like the this area, there's a lot less like clenching.
Hmm. Kathy, you may also
Yeah,
want to listen to some meditation before sleeping. You can fall asleep listening to it
yeah,
too. It just helps you fall asleep faster and kind of de-stress yourself because you're always on the go, go, go. So even if you're not, it just helps to just kind of relax your
yeah,
nervous system, like Maria mentioned, and just give that a go for a few nights and see how you feel. And if
yeah,
still doesn't help, then like Mariam suggested, maybe speak to somebody with regards to stress because stress is I don't have the facts with me, I don't have the stats, but I know the stress is number one killer. So not trying to scare anyone, but yes, it's always good to regulate your nervous system throughout the day, because we're always, even if we're not physically going, on the go, 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 we're mentally so stressed, and we deal with so many emotions throughout the day, and not everybody has or not everybody knows how to process them in a healthy way or remembers to do it. And this is what Mariam was saying, the awareness is so important. Like we can teach you tools and techniques and give you, till the cows come home, but um, to do them, to actually implement and take the action of, oh my God, I'm stressed right now, instead of just getting into panic mode, which we are trained to do because we're supposed to be sitting at the edge of our seat, waiting for the worst case scenario. And this is why our body's always kind of tensed, is just to,
well,
relax,
and
right?
there's this, I don't know, there's so many factors. We're in a day and age where there's so much information coming at us. It's literally at our fingertips. We wake up and we use our phone for the alarm, so we turn the alarm off and then we're on the phone. Like we're inundated with whatever's happening in the world, like all of the atrocities in the world, like we're witnessing all of this. Then we have like that very real, like uh I don't want to call it a problem, but that need to like fulfill our goals and our dreams and our desires. So we're in that like hustle culture and like that grind culture, and so we're always go, 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 go. And yeah, with all of that, you have to realize that it comes at a cost, and the cost is usually showing up in our bodies in ways like migraines, headaches, repeated like cold because our immune systems are down, um, tummy aches, digestive issues, sleeplessness, or like I said, lack of restorative sleep. It plays all those things all come into like this stressful lifestyle that we're leading. And if you we've come so far away from the time where we'd go out and run around in the grass barefoot, and like I teach that. I talk about grounding and how putting your feet on the grass, whether it's like snowy, icy, rainy, like crunchy leaves because it's autumn, or wet because it's been raining, like that helps you to connect to the earth that you're in. And like there's more and more information coming about like energy within the ground, and like how that kind of circulates through us as well. Everything is energy. If we look at it, we're all vibrating at different frequencies. And so if you the more grounded and the more calm and present you can be in your life, it's not always going to be like that. Like I don't know, your followers don't know me very well, but I lost my little angel. She's on my shoulder one of the ways, 2 years ago. And losing a child is like an earth shattering thing to go through. And the only way that I've been able to show up is through like prayer, meditation, grounding, nervous system regulation. Because otherwise, like, what do? You just kind of lose your mind. And that's not something that I want to do, because I have myself to look after and I have a family to look after. And so how am I showing up? Am I showing up like frazzled and stressed and putting that on to whoever I'm meeting? Or am I able to be like, okay, things are a little bit, excuse my language, shitty right now. How am I able to kind of like manage those feelings and still be present with other people, with myself? And so again, these are all tools that I use every single day. And they're things that, like I said, once you start using them on a daily basis, you'll just notice that sometimes when something happens, you're like, okay, breathe. Take a breath, take a minute, and I don't always have to respond like straight away.
Yeah.
And I think that's another thing, right? We think that we always have to be responding, and actually, you can take a pause, and sometimes like the answers are in like the pause and the stillness between like a breath or between like moments. And so I don't know, that got a little bit philosophical.
All good. And yeah, it's
Yeah,
like we're always either living in the past or we're thinking about the future. We're never in the present moment. And if you just stop
yeah,
and actually take two steps back and just look at your life as from a third person's perspective and just be in the present moment, it changes so many things for you, right? That
yeah.
awareness, and then bringing out, what, how do I respond right now? What kind
Yeah.
of nervous system regulation, someone's asking.
Sorry, I missed that question.
Yeah, I'm just putting. Can you see the question on your phone? What kind of nervous system?
I cannot.
Oh, you can't. Okay. So someone's asking, what kind of nervous system regulation? That's the question. I'm not sure if I understand
Okay,
that.
so as I said, we've just gone through some somatic exercises. They are nervous system regulation tools. So you're allowing your mind and body to calm. You're able to move through some anxiety, tension, relieve stress. It's not going to do it alone, so you need to couple it with other things that you're doing throughout the day. So one of the second things I want to talk about is breath work. So we are powered by our breath. We take 22,000 breaths per day. So our lungs fuel us with oxygen. It's passed through the bloodstream, and it helps our tissues and our organs. It helps us to move, walk, talk. And so while breathing isn't an autonomic, it's a non-autonomic response. So we're not controlling our breath, it's just there. However, we can control the pace of our breath. And by deep breathing, it sends oxygen to our brain, which can signal that we're okay. So when we're stressed, we're often breathing from up here, like very shallow, almost hyperventilating, like it's very shallow, and there's no oxygen going to the brain. Our brain's like, nope, something's wrong. Then that stress response kicks in, cortisol is released, we're in our fight or flight mode. And
Mm-hmm.
so the diaphragm within like the breathwork world, I guess, if you want to call it that, is known as like the second heart. And so by that, I guess, it means that you can't control your breath, but through consciously controlling your breathing, you can reduce your heart rate, which can reduce the blood flow, which allows you to then calm down. Again, the nervous system regulation piece.
Mm-hmm.
And so then you can lower your blood pressure, you can reduce like that muscle tension, that body tension. And so when we're breathing from our abdomen, which is filling up our bellies on the inhale, releasing it all, almost if you think about blowing up a balloon, when you're blowing it up, it kind of expands. And then when you let it go, it just kind of like it deflates. And all the air comes out. And so that's kind of how we want to think about our diaphragm. Like we want to expand as we inhale, whether that's through the nose or the mouth, and then exhale from the bottom all the way until it's like till you need to take that breath in again. And so there's a couple of different breath works that I'd love to show everyone who's watching and you, Huma. I don't know if you practice any breath work.
I teach box breathing.
Okay, so we will start off with box breathing then, because I can walk you through it and it will be a lot easier. So box breathing is a technique where you inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, and you hold again for 4 seconds. And it's almost like that. You can follow a window or a doorway to kind of help
So I just
you.
teach with a tissue box or a phone. So it's like
Yeah,
breathe
yeah,
in, hold, exhale, hold kind of thing.
yeah. Yeah,
Just for visual.
you can do it.
Yeah.
You could you could do it before bed, in the morning, when you're in your car. You can do it any time. It's used by Navy SEALs, police, hostage negotiators, athletes, anyone who's in like high stress situations or sports. It heightens performance. It lowers cortisol. It lowers your blood pressure. It's a brilliant stress reliever. What more can I say about box breathing?
It's just
Again, it allows you.
amazing. Yeah. It's
Sorry.
just amazing. I said, I've taught
Yeah.
it to my clients with test anxiety, driving anxiety, and they've done it and they've like amazing. They feel calmer in
Yeah.
seconds. Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't have to do it for very long. You can do 3, 4, 5 rounds, and then you can go back to your normal breathing. And you'll notice that your normal breathing will be less like shallow, and from up here, it'll be more like, I don't know, it gives you
Mm.
space to kind of be. And so I'm going to walk you through that, Huma. We can use a book. So just grab a book if you, or you, I can walk you through that.
That's fine.
You're gonna inhale through your nose. Again, like you have to do what works for you. For me, it's inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. You want to do nose, 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 mouth, or mouth, mouth. It's up to you.
Gotcha.
Um, just take it how you want to do. So we're going to inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4, inhale for 4, hold, exhale, hold. And I'm just going to do it with you for a few moments. Exhale, hold, inhale, hold, and exhale. I'm just going to give you guys a few moments just to practice that yourself, and then let me know if there's any questions you have.
And I'd just like to throw in here that you can start with 4 counts, 5 counts, even 6 counts, whatever works for
Yeah.
you.
Once you build your capacity to hold, you can increase it even to 8. Obviously, 4, 4, 4, 4 is a great starting point because we're able to do that. If you have asthma, you might want to do it 3, 2, or 3, and then just increase that capacity. But yeah, if there's any other questions, let me know.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So then the second one that I want to talk about is the 4-7-8 breath. So the 4-7-8 breath is the most effective stress method to use. It again allows you to bring the body out of fight and flight, to increase that rest and digest in your body. And so the premise is that you're breathing in for 4, you hold for 7, exhale for 8. Again, if you are new at this and that's too much, you can do 2, 5, 6. You just want to make sure that your hold is longer than your inhale and your exhale is longer than your hold. So we're going to do 4-7-8 breath. And then that's in through your nose for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. And you can exhale with a noise as well. So you can do, or you can just exhale as normal. And so I'm going to walk you through this.
Sure.
So inhale through your nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can just do that for a few rounds by yourself. Okay. Do you have any questions on that, Homa?
No, very simple, all good. Does anyone else have any questions who's watching live right now? Seems pretty fairly easy.
Okay. And then the last one that I can send these through. I don't know if you post this
Yeah.
on any other platform.
I can send out an email for sure.
Okay, that's fine. I can send that to you. So if you want to send that out to people. The last one is a double breath or a physiological sigh. It acts as a nervous system regulator. If you have high stress, it allows you to lower your heart rate, helps you to recenter. It's really great for sleep. It's a great tool for a pick me up. So if you have that like afternoon slump, and you find that you're reaching for like sugary snacks, coffee, like something to give you energy, it's a great way to kind of like, I don't know, give yourself like a pick me up. It's great for pre-interview, um, like presentation stress. Um, I use it before like doing something like public speaking or being online. And so how that works is you do a double inhale. It feels really odd in the beginning because we don't breathe like this normally. And so you do a double inhale and then you do a long exhale with a sigh. And so that would look like,
Okay, so there's no hold in between. There's just like
no, yeah. And it doesn't have to be fast. It can be, there are practices where you might want to do, and I guess that's the pick me up because you're like flooding the system with oxygen. And so we can practice together. So just when you inhale, you take an extra inhale and then you release with a longer sigh.
okay. Interesting. Okay. Anyone watching live, please try it with us and let us know how you feel. So it's just two breath in. So
And you'll feel like there might be a lot of sensations. Again, we're not used to breathing like this, so you might feel a little bit, I don't know, a little bit panicky. Um, you might find yourself a little bit dizzy at first. But again, the more we practice these things, the more they become second nature, and the more you can kind of reach for them when you're like, okay, I'm feeling a little bit slumpy. I need something to kind of pick me up, and you can go to the breath work versus reaching for that coffee. And I think these tools that support us to regulate our nervous system move us away from that societal norm of like reaching for like coffee, and we're on this endless like roller coaster of peaks and like crashes, and we're continuously doing that because we're reaching for coffee because we need the energy, and then you have the crash and then you reach for the coffee again. Same with like sugary sweets, like you need that sugar, that energy boost, and then you have the crash. And so if we can kind of move away from reaching for those kinds of tools which are harming our systems to more like natural.
and they're more external, right? If they're not available, then we're like, oh my god, I don't have coffee
Mm,
available.
yeah,
And the breath is like,
exactly. And then it kind of, and then you are in this kind of spiral because you're like, oh, whereas when you're using your breath or you're using these tools where, okay, I just need to take my shoes off, my socks off, and just go stand in the grass for a minute, where you get like that, I don't know, that reconnecting of like
I love that.
your
Yeah.
body with earth. um or the, okay, I'm just going to take some time and relax the shoulders, unclench the jaws, like unfurl the brow, which we'll do another series of movements in a moment. But yeah, if we're moving to those things that we have at our disposal and they're natural things and they're supporting our system, like the more we use them, the more we kind of build that trust again in our body of like, I can deal with this.
Okay, I have two comments and a question. So
Okay.
Uzma writes, stressed at work, feeling calm back in my body. Thank you, Uzma, for trying that and letting us know. And I can't, I don't know the name exactly. It says Feb something. The person who messaged us from Africa says very calming. So that was good. Thank you so much for sharing, guys. And there's a question which says, okay, hold on. Let me see if I can see this. When I'm going through things, I eat a lot. I mean, a lot of food to calm my nerves. What can I do to not do this?
It's such a hard, it's such a difficult thing to break because
Yeah,
we've built that automatic response.
right.
Okay, I'm stressed, and this is where the stress eating term comes from, or the stress binge eating, because you just need that kind of release of hormones to help you feel good, feel better, like release like the happy hormones, the dopamine, which is like feel good hormone, and serotonin, and all of those things. And so where do we get that? We get that from like substances like food, alcohol, drugs, um,
Smoking.
scrolling, smoking. And so again, like I said, moving away from like those external responses and like tuning inwards, it's really, really challenging to break those cycles. But if you can take a moment to notice when you're doing it or as you're about to do it, and then go for those systems where you're like, okay, I'm going to take a breath, I'm going to do XYZ, I'm going to drink some water. Like hydration is so important as well,
Hmm.
um, to kind of move away from that stress response. um, and it takes practice. It takes a lot of practice. And one thing that I will say is be gentle on yourself, because oftentimes we're an all or nothing or a start again on Monday kind of culture. And so actually you can say, it didn't work this time. I'm not going to let it derail my whole day. I'm going to start from now, and I'm going to make, I don't know, a different choice for like the next 10 minutes. And so just give yourself some grace,
Yeah.
and
Give yourself that
I don't know,
space.
try.
Practice, practice, practice. The more you practice and the more you build that muscle of being aware and saying, hey, what am I doing? And stopping
Yeah,
the habit. And then, because if you've created this habit, you can also kind of, if you've learned a habit, you can also unlearn it. So the part of
yeah,
you that created this
and
habit can also unlearn.
yeah, and you might not even need to unlearn that habit. You might just need to replace it
Place
with other
of
more
your own.
beneficial things for your mind and body.
Mm.
Yeah, I have one set of some somatic exercises I'd love to show you, and then I'd love to talk a little bit about EFT before we wrap up, if that's
Yep.
good.
Hmm.
Okay, so we're just going to do another set of somatic exercises. Again, they help to release like stored anxiety and stress in your body. Oftentimes, that shows up in things like muscle tightness, muscle tension, muscle soreness from that holding, that clenching, that like constriction. And so these are great tools to kind of just release the body and get to know like where you're holding that stress and tension. So we're just going to nod our head yes and no. You can do that a couple of times.
Hmm.
And then we're going to soften that brow because we often crunch it up. So just soften the brow, and you can just kind of like tap the face as you do that. And then just do it a few times under the eyes. One more time. And then we're going to unclench the jaw again. You can just do little circles,
Mm.
and you can open and close. And then we're going to scrunch our shoulders up and release. Scrunch and release. And then you're going to scrunch up your stomach and release. Just do that a couple of times. And then you're going to make fists and release. And I always like to place my hands on my chest, just to bring everything back to myself, and then take a couple of breaths. And you can even move your hands in a circular motion. And then we'll just walk through it again, just so that you know what they are. And nod your head yes, yes, and no. You are going to soften your forehead and tap your face. Then you're going to come and unclench your jaw. Scrunch up your shoulders. Go.
Releasing something.
Yeah, release. You might yawn, you might tear up, you might feel very tired. You crunch up your tummy and let it go. Just squeeze everything and just let go. Then you're going to do your hands. And then hands on chest, and you can circle and take some breaths. Okay.
I feel very calming.
You'll notice when you do practice these things, like the releases might be tears in your eyes, yawning,
Yeah.
like you might feel like a little bit distracted and like needing to look around. And then you can get up and move. Just move that energy and kind of like release it from your body. So the last thing I wanted to touch on is emotional freedom technique, which is also known as EFT. It is a mind-body method of tapping meridian points or acupressure points on your hands, face, and your body, which we'll walk through. It's an evidence-based practice, and it's been known to reduce anxiety, depression, PTSD, grief, trauma, physical pain, nerve pain, any kind of stress, anxiety, phobias. It decreases. So in the Journal of Applied Physiology, I want to say, I can get the studies to you. It has been shown to decrease cortisol by 43% with one round of tapping.
Wow.
Who would not want to decrease cortisol by 43% in one go?
Mm-hmm.
And so the premise of EFT tapping is that you tap on these points while you think about or speak about a problem. And it helps your brain to kind of understand that you're not in any danger. It regulates the nervous system. It supports the immune response and the immune system by putting the body back into like rest and repair. And so how it works is you tap on these points by talking about your problem or stress or whatever's coming up. And then and I'm going to walk you through this. So it might not make a little bit of sense now, but it will in a moment. And then you kind of rewire the subconscious mind to reframe the issue by putting in positive statements in place. And so when you're talking about the problem, you're not doing it to anchor in to the problem, but you're doing it to acknowledge and let it go, and then you're reframing the subconscious. And so you can do it on almost anything, from like fear of the dentist, interview stress, fear of flying, or you can do it with physical things like migraines, back pain, all sorts of things. And so I'm going to walk you through a tapping sequence.
Mm-hmm.
You can find so many resources online. The Tapping Solution is a great resource. They have videos and tapping scripts on almost anything you could think of.
Yep.
From losing weight, money manifestation, to the phobias and the physical pain.
Yeah, and even
And so
a channel for children as well.
yeah, they do. They've got
It's really good.
they've got a couple of books as well for children. I think one of them's called Bear Hugs, and I can't remember what it is, but it's a great book. And so I'm just going to show you the meridian points, and then we're going to walk through a sequence. And so this is called the karate chop point. And then you have the eyebrow point, side of the eye, eye, under the nose, under the mouth, collarbone, under the arm. So it's like for women, it's where for people who wear a bra, it's the like that bra strap area, and then top of the head. And again, like I said, I've done this in public. People do think you look very silly, but it's a great way to de-stress. And so we're going to start with a setup statement. It can be anything you want, but we're going to start with, even though, Homa, will you echo what I say?
Sure.
Okay, so repeat after me. Even though I am feeling all of this stress in my body,
Even though I'm feeling all of the stress in my body,
I deeply and completely
I deeply and completely
honor and accept where I'm at right now.
honor and accept where I am right now.
Even though I'm feeling all of this stress in my body,
Even though I'm feeling all of the stress in my body,
I deeply and completely honor and accept where I'm at right now.
I deeply and completely honor where I am in my body right now.
At right, yeah.
And
Even though I feel
I
all,
usually say I love and accept myself. That's why it's a little difficult for
yeah.
me. Yeah.
Well, I do as well, but there are people who can't accept
Love
themselves
and
right now, and so
accept. So
we're
I
just going to
honor,
accept where we're just going to accept where we're at right now. And so we
where,
do the setup statement 3 times. Even though I'm feeling all of this stress,
even though I'm feeling all of the stress in my body right
I
now,
deeply and completely
and completely.
love, honor, and accept myself.
Sorry, you cut off.
Love, honor, and accept myself.
Love, honor, and accept myself.
Okay, eyebrow, this stress,
This stress,
side of the eye, all of this stress about my
all of
work,
this about my work,
under the eye that shows up in my body in different ways.
that shows up in my body in different ways.
Under the nose, it's so exhausting.
It's so exhausting.
Chin, all of this stress.
All of the stress,
Collarbone, all of this anxiety that I'm feeling.
all of this anxiety that I'm feeling.
Under the arm, I'm feeling really frustrated about it.
I'm feeling really frustrated about,
Top of the head, and I don't know what to do.
and I don't know what to do.
Okay, take a deep breath and just notice what's coming up. Okay, and so this is where you'd figure out, like, has your stress, like, what's coming up, like, how are you feeling? And then we're going to do round 2. So eyebrow, this stress,
This stress,
side of the eye, all of this worry.
all of this worry.
Under the eye, I'm really not sure what to do about it.
I'm really not sure what to do about it.
Under the nose, I wish it would just disappear.
I wish it would just disappear.
Chin, this issue.
This issue,
Collarbone, it's causing uncomfortable feelings in my body.
it's causing uncomfortable feelings in my body.
Under the arm, it's so overwhelming.
It's so overwhelming.
Top of the head, it's just too much.
It's just too much.
Take a deep breath. And just check in with your feelings again. You're going to kind of see how your level of stress or anxiety is. You might want to rate it between like a 1 and a 10, 1 being really, really, really bad, 1 being non-existent. And then we're going to do round 3. So also, as Huma was doing this, you can do this or you can do this. You can either tap through with both sides. I just do one, but it's up to you. It's so forgiving. So eyebrow, all of this stress about what's coming up.
All of the stress about what's coming up.
Side of the eye, I just want to feel better.
I just want to feel better.
Under the eye, I want to feel calm and at ease right now.
I want to feel calm and at ease right now.
Under the nose, but I still have all of this stress.
when I still have all of this stress.
Chin, all of this stress about my work.
All of the stress about my work.
Collarbone, I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do.
Under the arm, I am exhausted.
I am exhausted.
Top of the head is just really bugging me.
It's just really bugging me.
Okay, take a deep breath. And now we're going to switch to positive statements. Eyebrow, this remaining stress about all the work I have.
This remaining stress about all the work I have.
Size of the eye. I wonder if I could feel calm and at ease about it.
I wonder if I can feel calm and at ease about it.
Under the eye, I am open to that.
I am open to that.
Under the nose, I'm open to feeling more calm and ease right now.
I'm open to feeling more calm and at ease right now.
Chin, I'm open to breathing deeply through this.
Whew, I'm open to breathing deeply on this. Sorry, guys, I'm just releasing at the same time. It's not boring, it's just
Collarbone,
release.
collarbone, this remaining overwhelm.
This remaining overwhelm,
Under the arm, this remaining stress.
this remaining stress.
Top of the head, what if I could feel grounded right now?
What if I could feel grounded right now?
Eyebrow, what if it's okay to feel grounded?
What if it's okay to feel grounded?
Side of the eye, I'm open to that.
I'm open to that.
Under the eye, I'm open to feeling calm and confident.
I'm open to feeling calm and confident.
Under the nose, I am open to that.
I am open to that.
Chin, I'm open to taking deep, relaxing breaths, knowing I'm okay.
I'm open to taking deep, relaxing breaths, knowing I'm okay.
Collarbone, I am not alone.
I am not alone.
Under the arm, I can relax my mind and my body.
I can relax my mind and my body.
Top of the head, I choose to feel calm, relaxed, and grounded.
I choose to feel calm, relaxed, and grounded.
And then you're just going to take in a deep breath and exhale. Once more.
Oh dear.
You had a lot to release, Emma.
I know, right? Did anyone feel a release, yawn, cry, laugh, cough, sneeze, any of the above? Please let us know how you feel right now after doing these rounds
Yeah.
of tapping.
So you can replace those words of like stress and anxiety with like pain,
Anything that's really going on,
pain,
sadness or
anything sadness, heartache. You can replace it with anything, and you can see how you can kind of modify a script. You're just basically talking through that. If you're really new to this and you kind of want to get going with it without having to worry about stress, you can just simply tap. So start with the hand, go to the eyebrows, and just tap until like you start the yawning or the tears, or your body just kind of tells you, actually, I'm okay, I'm safe, I'm okay. And you can even just use that. You can just use, I'm okay, I'm safe, I'm here, I'm present. It doesn't have to be this huge, elaborate, like full-on script of what's going on in your life. Like my mum did this, and I don't know, whatever it is. You can just say, I'm safe, I'm grounded, I'm okay, I'm present. I'm supported, I'm loved, whatever the things are that you want to kind of call in. The other thing that you can do is you can just tap your chest if you're feeling so overwhelmed and you don't know what to do, and you're like that moment where you're like going to reach for the phone or the food or the substance. You can just tap your chest really kind of firmly and take a breath, because
oh,
you're
that's
just allowing your body to know that you are like you're here and you're present, and that you're like not in any present danger.
yeah. I think
Um,
safety is something we all don't realize, but we don't feel safe to do certain things. And it just allowing
Yeah.
ourselves that space to feel safe and
Yeah.
supported and loved,
Yeah.
starting from our internal self. And then, you know, and we obviously have the
Yeah.
community as well. And we have people like you,
Yeah.
Maryam, who help and support people in different ways and show us these wonderful techniques. They're so, simple, but it's so powerful. It's just a matter of
Yeah.
like awareness and remembering what to do and choose. It can be different every time. You have a whole variety of tools that Mariam has taught us today. Thank you so much. Uh,
Thank you.
this was really amazing. And you know this stuff, but it's like it's like practice what you preach, right? Like, okay, so the box breathing I teach everybody, and the EFT. So what I do with the EFT is I have this between the little finger and the ring finger, your pinky finger, and there's this little
Yeah.
gap. So this is
Yeah.
where I just this is my shortcut, okay? Because I've been
Yeah.
practicing for a long time. So this is my shortcut. So
Yeah.
anxious feeling, or if I'm just feeling stressed, I'm just gonna tap away and take some deep breaths in. This is my
Yeah.
shortcut. You guys can try it
Yeah.
any hand. Usually it's my
Yeah.
because right is my dominant hand. So
Yeah.
this is what
The
so you
other quick, yeah,
tap-
the other quick tool that I love as well, Huma, like that's great. You could do it under a table. No one has to know you're doing it. The other one is just tapping like
okay.
your,
Fingers,
you could
fingertips.
just tap, and you can then say an affirmation like I am safe now. I like whatever you want to kind of bring in, you can just do it on your fingertips just to kind of bring yourself down. And again, you could do that in with your hands in your pocket. You can do it with your hands under the table, and it's not this big whole thing where
Yeah,
people might be like staring at you. And then
what's
like
wrong with
obviously if you have that fear of being seen, which you should
yeah.
be tapping anyway on that, but like if you have that fear of being seen and you don't want to kind of do the whole thing on a bus or like I
Mhm.
don't know in a restaurant, then you can kind of just do the finger tapping or the like the tapping, or you can just like yeah. um these are like, again, like you said, they're all tools that we have, and for want of a better word, they're all things that we can tap into. Like the breath we have, we just need to use it to our benefit.
Mhm.
The somatic exercises, you just like, even like giving yourself a self massage, like just making sure that you bring yourself back into this like present moment and your body knows that it's okay. And then the EFT, and there's so many other things like I said, grounding, like vagus nerve stimulation with like cold water exposure, which is what I teach a lot as well. And things like that. They're all amazing resources. If you can just find someone to kind of guide you through once or twice, then you have it at your disposal for like a lifetime.
Absolutely. And if you have any questions, if you're watching this live, you can ask us now. If you watch this on replay, it's available on my YouTube channel. You can go through these exercises again. If you have any questions or you want to know again how to do it, you can reach out to myself or Maryam. Maryam, how can people contact you?
Yeah, I am on Instagram, it's Maryam de Groof. I'm also on LinkedIn, which is just my name. I don't have a website. I put a lot of my events out on Eventbrite, and then I post them over to my social media. I do have a upcoming workshop called Rest as Resistance. It's the first in a series of like 3 soulfully held workshops for women who want to kind of explore their relationship to rest, and it will look at somatic movements, body-led movements, and storytelling. So I'm going to be putting that out in the next couple of days, and then I have a restore and rebalance your nervous system online. They're all online mainly. I live in London, Ontario, so I do some things in person here. And then I do a few things in the GTA. Otherwise, I try to do a lot online because it just then reaches more people
Yeah.
globally, which I love. And so, yeah, I post a lot of my stuff on social media, and then you can sign up through Eventbrite or the other systems that I have in place. So reach out, send me a message if you want any clarifications or you're looking for some support. I'd love to help.
Awesome. Thank you. 2 comments. I love this technique. We'll try it from now on. I do Huma's box breathing. That helps a lot. Thank you. Also, going in nature really helps me as well. Yeah. Nature is like
Yeah.
the best.
Oh,
I'm,
it's
I'm a water,
like,
I love water bodies. So I would just like to
yeah,
go near lakes and find different
me
sunsets and
too.
sunrises. Oh, I love them.
Me too.
Mariam,
Always
thank you
chasing
so
them.
much. Yeah, I know, but you live too far. She moves from London,
I
UK to
know.
London, Ontario.
With a pit stop in Mississauga. I really miss Mississauga. I lived really close to Lake Ontario, and I really miss going and sitting on the beach and seeing the sunrise and sunset. But
Right.
we have other ways. So um, just get yourself out there. And again, like I said, come rain or shine, I think we're just the last thing. I think we've moved away from that like wonder of the rain. Like as kids, we were jumping in puddles and I don't know, just being out, and now we're like, oh, it's raining. Where's the umbrella? Where's this? Where's that? But like, go out and feel the rain on your face, and like, I don't know, run
Enjoy.
around and enjoy it, and like, I don't know, enjoy the seasons. There's so much to kind of being like tapping back into like that circadian rhythm and that seasonal rhythm, like slowing down and like, I don't know, blossom
Being
time to
present,
bloom and time to
right?
rest. Yeah,
Yeah. Just being present
yeah,
in the moment and just enjoying the moment where you're at.
yeah.
Beautiful. Mariam, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much for teaching all these wonderful techniques, and definitely we'll put them to use and we'll reach out to you. Mariam, help.
Thanks for having
Yeah.
Thanks
All
for
right.
having me. This is so good.
It was wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching, everybody. If you're watching live, thank you for being live. If you're watching on replay, if you have any questions, please reach out to us and leave us a comment if you've tried these exercises and let us know how you are. So, thank you very much. Very informative. You are very welcome. And we will see you next week, same time, 12 p.m. EST. Not sure what time zone you're in, but thank you so much. And I will see you, Mariam, soon. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.